Hi everybody, Dr. Dranjanabhana here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing some comparisons because I get asked a lot, and I know aesthetic doctors out there get asked a lot because there's an absolute bombardment of information. You know, I think they call this the information age, or I don't know if we're in the AI age, I don't know, but there's so much information out there, there's so much marketing, and you know, people are confused. And I must say, sometimes when we go to a big congress, we sometimes come out a bit like unsettled as well. So a lot of people want to know, you know, what's best for them, what treatment should they do. So it all depends. So it depends on the quality of your skin. It depends on, you know, things like your budget are also important. What do you want? You know, are you looking at a long-term sustainable treatment, like a very subtle look, or do you want a very sculpted look? So a lot goes into that, you know, like besides taking into account your medical history. But today I'm going to be talking about these two, like, so not these two in particular, like in terms of a filler, a normal hyaluronic acid filler, and then a calcium hydroxyapatite filler. So that's the other thing. So a lot of people don't see this as a dermal filler, but it is also classified as a dermal filler. And I was thinking about it yesterday. It's a weird thing to call these things dermal fillers. They're not really injected into the dermis, so the middle layer, usually on bone or subcutaneously. But calcium hydroxyapatite is classified as a dermal filler. However, it's very, very flexible. So it's used as a skin booster. It's used as part of regenerative medicine, and it's also like a mechano biostimulator. So it uses mechanics. It uses like mechanical force on fibroblasts to stimulate them to bring, you know, like more fibroblasts to the side, as well as stimulating those fibroblasts to make collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. So immediate one-to-one filling, but then that long-term sort of biostimulation. But this also does a bit, not as much as this and not as much as the polylactic, but it also does a bit of biostimulation. So biostimulation basically means stimulating the living cell. So in a way, a chemical peel is a type of biostimulation, or microneedling as well. So how do you decide, you know, what should I be doing? So I always tell patients it depends. It depends on how much volume you want, what is the look that you're going for. Like this. This is a very high G prime filler, as they call it, it's the highest. And this, incidentally, this one here is actually the next step down. So if you want a very sculpted look, undilute, this is excellent, and it also doesn't absorb any water, so you won't get any like surprise puffing later on if you want a very defined jawline. The other cool thing with this is the flexibility. So and also how far it can go. So I often tell patients this is almost equivalent to 2 to 3 HA fillers in terms of where you can put it in terms of lift, because of the rheology. But if you want a very sculpted, say, cheek, you can use this. And then if you want some rejuvenation, like they call it accordion lines, these little lines that when you smile, you can hyperdilute this. You can hyperdilute it with some saline, you can hyperdilute it with some lidocaine, or even NCTF, and then inject it, or using subcision and creating, you know, like some biostimulation, some regeneration. You can use it in the neck, also highly hyperdilute, and it's also FDA approved for hands. People also use it in butts. So I was laughing because someone was saying, you know, they can't unsay radiass, so they also use this in enhancement, like buttock enhancement, stretch marks, lax skin. So I've used this with stretch marks as well, with some lovely results. Lax skin on the tummy, a very flexible dermal filler. But we must remember it is a classified dermal filler, but it's got some great side uses. I also love this. So this was the first FDA approved, this particular brand, first FDA approved hyaluronic acid filler. It's got something called NASHA technology. So each particle is exactly the same size. Like they all look like uniform ice cubes, and it's got a stabilized sort of pattern. So it's not like long change. It's like a stabilized pattern of HA bound by BDDE, and still very popular. Like this, there's a range. So there's this one. It's called Lift. It's very, very, very lifting in a way, but fillers don't technically lift, but also very supportive, very structural, great to be used subcutaneously as well as on the periosteum, on the bone. And then you get they actually have a proper skin booster, but that is cross-linked, and the one in the middle, the classic version of this, and all fillers have like they've got like all brands, any brand, they'll have like different rheologies or different viscosities, like a thick filler, a medium, and a thin that you can use in the face. So that's a hyaluronic acid filler. The thing with hyaluronic acid fillers, they also absorb water. So sometimes you have to, look at your patient. Do they have a very round face? Do they seem to puff up under the eyes? And then think about, are you going to use this? Definitely not in malar edema. And there's no reason you can't combine the two treatments. Obviously in separate areas of the face. I know I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say off-label things. Never mind, but whatever. But there is also there is a product out there that mixes the two of them. They're already prepackaged. I know people also play around with these things together, but just have your experience and obviously patient consent and knowing what your goals are for the patient and what is best for them in a safe way. So if you have any questions about the different fillers and dermal fillers, what exactly are they? So please pop them in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.